Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome to the Evgeny Malkin episode of the Double Dose podcast, your favorite sports drama podcast, Double Dose. I'm Nathan, slipped up on my man's name there. Sitting over here is Miss Rachel Rooney Eden. We just got done with a beautiful interview with Mr. Tom Cakeboss. But before we get into all that, Miss Rachel, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. We had such a fun time chatting it up with Mr. T. I loved it so much, like learning about, different fans. It's a lot of fun, like how he became a fan, his thoughts on the Ravens, which everybody can listen to. We're going to put at the end of the episode. We recap the NFL and, how he's feeling about what a crazy NFL script that was written for this 2023-2024 NFL season.
Yeah.
So
nice.
How are you feeling about it?
I love the interview. It was a great conversation. We talked a lot about the Ravens, a lot about the Ravens-Chiefs game. So I think we're not really gonna touch on much on it here. We're gonna just talk about it there. But I feel great. I feel awesome. We went to the Islanders game this weekend.
We did go to the New York Islanders game.
First time for both of us at an Islanders game. So that was really fun.
Great arena.
Phenomenal arena. I think it's probably one of the newest arenas in America, if not the newest arena. It was awesome.
Yes, we went with JMO, who was our special guest, Mr. Kraft, 2 weeks ago for episode 69. If you've missed that, please go check it out because he is obviously such an amazing guest to have on, a Kraft talking about the Pats. Great episode. So he came into the big old NY Apple with his lovely wife, Vanessa. We went to the game with George and Hannah. Hannah works for the Islanders, so we got to be, a little VIP moment for the New York Islanders.
Not a big deal.
I loved it. The stadium is beautiful. It's so nice to be in something that's like brand freaking new. It's like, thank God, because like I'm not used to that.
I don't think I've ever been into a stadium arena.
Arena.
That was that clean.
So
ever.
Clean.
Like
so
even
clean.
the bathrooms, clean.
Yes, the bathrooms, no wait for the women's either time that I went, which was phenomenal. So UBS Arena, you're doing it well.
You made friends with the guy next to us, the sweetest man.
Sweetest man on planet Earth, the guy that sat next to us at the Islanders game. So thank you, sir. We didn't receive your name, but know that you are forever with us. He was so freaking cute. I wore a giant bright orange, like, faux fur coat because the Islanders colors are blue and orange, just like the Knicks. They know how to keep it consistent. And he told me that he loved my New York Islanders style. He said, now that's New York Islanders style. And I said, thank you. I love that you love this. Like I really wanted to give it to him because he was just so lovely. Such a great man, and I loved learning from him. He was teaching us all about the Islanders, all about the history of the Islanders, what a great team it was, like how much of a big deal, like all of the dynasty was for the Islanders, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Me neither.
I was so confused because the banners hanging, it had like 1,500, it had the architect with the bow tie. I was like, are these the people's numbers? He's explaining to me about like the architect was the guy who made all of the teams what they were, and he always wore a bow tie, and he was phenomenal. He was
tremendous,
amazing. We also saw the best Zamboni in the game there. It was a huge 6-pack of Heinekens. It was, a great experience, and the chicken tenders there, phenom.
Yeah, it was awesome. A great experience. Thank you again, Hannah. And George for bringing us. It was awesome. I couldn't wear anything orange or Islanders gear because I'm just too much of a Bruins fan.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something else. I was like, whoa.
No. I just went all black.
Yeah. In solidarity. Yes, of course.
But it was a blast. And then, I was amazed at, I thought it would be a lot more of a pain in the butt to get there.
It was so easy.
So easy. So next time the Bruins play there, we have to go back.
The next time the Bruins play there, we have to go to the game, considering we know it's literally a train ride away.
Literally.
And I love the train.
Yeah.
I'm such a train girl. I think I've realized that.
Those like transit trains, they're far more comfortable
Than
like the train, like the like subway train.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because they're like real deal trains. We're
Right.
dealing with like the New York City subway system of like the underground railroad over here.
Right.
Like that's truly what it is. But yeah, a commuter rail. I'm the LIRR. I just love sitting on a train because I'm like I feel safe in a train for no reason.
It does feel safe. Feels
Like,
way more.
ooh.
Feels way more safe than an Uber. Like they were like, "Do you want to take an Uber or a train?" I'm like, "Train, thanks."
Train.
Even when
And I mean, I take Ubers like a lot, but I'm a train girly.
yeah, no Uber's,
Commuter rail train, not subway.
It's still a subway. I mean, even though it's nasty down there, it's probably the most efficient way to get around.
It's 100% the most efficient way to get around. When I used to work at Polo, sorry, this is going to deviate from the topic for a second. When I used to work at Polo, there was this girl there who she was, I mean, I loved her. She got hired because her parents were the top 3 in the clients for Ralph Lauren. And when her boyfriend broke up with her because he was cheating on her with like some famous painter's granddaughter and this whole thing, she was very extravagant, okay? She had a breakdown at Polo one day because she had never taken the subway before. And she was like, how do I know how to get around? I'm like, what?
So she had a breakdown about the breakup or the subway?
The subway, because she had to, she was like in the midst of like, I guess trying to go see him fastest way possible type of situation. Never has taken the train before. I was like, what is happening here? So that was it. That's my big story, my big ta-da, that I like was with someone who was probably like 20 something and has never taken the subway before, but like lived in New York.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. All you have to do is literally put it in maps, just like if you were driving somewhere, and
Yeah,
it
it's
literally
not-
tells you
right.
where to enter, what train to get on, which way to go.
Right.
Not that complicated.
No, it's not that complicated until you get on the train and they decide that they're taking you a different route. And
Yeah,
they're
when
not
the-
saying anything.
When the announcer comes on, and they're like, "Oh, we're not
it's like,
stopping at.
I'm like, oh, okay. I hope that makes sense. I hope that I'm not going to die on this train.
We're not stopping at
I'm like, oh, perfect.
between street and street."
Yeah, I'm like,
So I
okay.
Hope you stop at where I need to stop.
Yeah. I hope you're stopping at Canal because that's where I need to go. So.
But yeah, the Islanders game was awesome. Like I said, we talked a lot with Tom about the Super Bowl game, the Super Bowl matchup, the two championship games. Anything that you want to talk about that we didn't talk about there?
No, not at all. I was very I was very sad about the games this weekend because I did want the Ravens and Lions to win, but we move on from it. We have the matchup that literally nobody asked for yet again. The Chiefs and the 49ers. But I'm rooting for the 49ers because I think that they're more of a wholesome team than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm over the Chiefs. I'm over the Chiefs being like mean.
We can do like a legit preview next week since there's a week between
Yeah.
these games and the Super Bowl. So we can dive into like the whole the flights between Kansas City and Vegas and all that good stuff then. And
Oh yeah, how it's like the 1989 flight and
Yeah.
the 87 flight. Like,
right.
Okay, let's rein it in a little bit, American Airlines, and let's start answering my customer service emails, okay, instead of making these flight numbers. They get all crafty with these things, and then they charge you an arm and a leg for it. How
Right.
about you make all them free? How about you make all the flights free if you want to get all crazy with this?
Right.
You want to get all fun and funky? Make it put a discount on there. What was a lot?
Or just honor like what your freaking
Right.
website says.
Yeah, thank you. Just maybe a little discount would be nice. That's it. Like maybe a discount, a deal for something for the Super Bowl day.
No,
because
not
you want to
even
be all
a
you want to
deal.
be all a cute American. Answer my email.
You're an AA Advantage member, and they freaking saying that they can't.
And you know what they are? They're taking advantage. So we move on.
Hey, I know who I don't want to sponsor the podcast anymore.
Yeah.
American.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I would like that.
Yeah. So American Airlines, listen. A couple things could be fixed here and there with a few
have
few
ideas.
promo codes.
Call
okay?
us. We have ideas.
Yeah, call me. I have ideas.
So we're just gonna skip over the football.
Yeah,
of it all.
skip over it.
We're gonna go right to hockey.
Hacky.
And Nathan Mckinnon, share a name. He plays for the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, and he scored 4 goals in their game last week. And so you saw for one of the first times not too long ago when someone scores 3 goals, it's called a hat trick, that all the fans throw their hats on the ice. Well, Mr. Mckinnon scored 4 goals. Everybody was the hats were already thrown on the ice.
They were hot and bothered, huh?
Yeah, so the ladies in Colorado, they were throwing their undergarments, their bras, and their underwear on the ice.
Which, I don't understand how they got it off. The bra, I can see how you get off. How did you get your thong off?
Maybe they were wearing like a dress or a skirt and just popped it off.
Yeah, but like in an ice rink? Like how is that possible?
Or maybe after the 3rd goal, like they ran to the bathroom.
Oh, and like if he makes it, like, but everyone was like oh, it's like talks amongst like the crowd. Like if he does this, like let's go to the bathroom and take our underwear off. Like
yeah.
To give me my thong and put it on the freaking ice.
Yeah.
You think it was the first time thongs have been thrown on the ice?
Probably not. First I've ever seen it.
That's amazing. It's truly, like, what do you think he did with them? Do you think he kept a bra? Ew, Nathan. Oh my God.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I was literally disgusting. That was so
No, I don't
gross.
think he did anything. What would it take for you to is there like a concert, like a Justin Bieber concert or something that you would
take off my bra?
Yeah.
No, that shit's expensive. Like, I'm keeping that on, okay? Like, nobody's getting that. Thank you, okay? Like, I'm not about to give out my Skims bra. I'm sorry. I paid for that. Like, underwear fine, but, like, there's just, like, no way that, like, it just, like, wouldn't happen. And I've also, like, never, except for, like, literally the Rockettes, like, one time, I've never been that close to something where, like, if I threw anything, it would hit the field or the court or the ice. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I could use the thong as, like, a slingshot.
Hey, when we went to the Patriots game, you were close enough to throw something on the field.
No, not your like. Think about how light those things are. It would fucking blow away in the wind. The only place it works is literally like the basketball court or an arena, an ice rink.
Yeah.
So, what would you do? Who would you take off your undies for? That G-string for?
If Tom Brady made a comeback to the Patriots and they made it to the Super Bowl, I would take everything off and just throw it at him.
Be a little realistic here. If Tom Brady becomes a head coach,
I don't know. I don't really have anything.
Perfect. Great.
It was more. I thought. I don't know. You didn't have anything either.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's just always my fault.
No, 100%. That's such a double standard. I'm literally like, fine, whatever.
I had the question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing I would. Mm-hmm. Nothing I would throw anything for.
Tremendous.
Yeah, thank you.
Tremendous. That would just cause some baby mama drama.
What?
Any of that.
Yeah, it would cause probably a lot of baby mama drama for the people that are willing to give it up for Nathan McKinnon making or quad, whatever it's called.
Yeah, 4 goals. I don't even know if it has a name.
I don't think it's been done. No, I'm just kidding. But a 4 trick.
Anyway.
We're
gotta go back. We tried to talk about this before Christmas, I think. Before our Christmas episode, we talked about some baby mama drama, and it's back. Okay? One of them is an old culprit. We've talked about him quite a few times. Mr. Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
He's back with the baby mama drama. Why, you ask? Because he allegedly filed for a divorce last week, just 2 months into his marriage. And turns out he's claiming that was filed by accident.
The divorce.
Yeah, the divorce was filed by accident.
Right. Of course.
He had to fire the fucking bonehead that made that mistake. Now it sucks.
Oh, that's the quote?
Yeah, so he fired the lawyer that filed this. And obviously, I want to hear your 2 cents. I obviously have my own opinion. But let me just say this, that it's the same lawyer that is defending him in all the other cases, like with the child support cases against like those other women. And
so why is he getting rid of this lawyer? Like,
because the lawyer filed this divorce by accident. So Tyreek Hill could have never given him these orders. So as a result, he's firing him because he's caused damage. I feel like Tyreek,
because he's caused damage to his marriage.
Yeah.
I feel like Tyreek Hill is literally he's been giving so many orders to this poor lawyer that this lawyer is probably like, I have a caseload. He has a whole stack just for Tyreek. Like, he probably just solely works for Tyreek Hill because of how many things he has going on in his life right now.
Right.
But I don't think that you can file for divorce on accident. And how did people see it? Like, how did it break out?
Got filed through the state of Florida.
But, like, how did people see that? Like, people were like,
I'm sure it was somebody that worked in the state of Florida.
Oh, like Tyreek Hill, like, filed for divorce. Do you think that it was, like, a secret? Like, he wasn't supposed to, like, what do you, like, I just can't imagine how it's an accident.
I think that he probably got
or
angry.
Or you think that the lawyer got angry?
No, I think Tyreek Hill got angry.
Right.
Tyreek Hill's just a mess. We talk about him every week.
Yeah, he was probably so overwhelmed. He probably literally called the lawyer and was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, fuck that shit. Like, they probably got into a fight, and then he filed for divorce, which you obviously understand that you can't do. It's like severity in the case. And now what this lawyer is going to give all of his stuff over to another guy? Like, please, Tyreek Hill, you are making a mess, a mockery out of this.
Right.
A mockery.
No, I think Tyreek Hill is an example of someone that, like, cannot, like, play in Miami.
No, like, just
like, you didn't hear about this shit when he was in Kansas City because there's nothing to do in Kansas City.
Right.
Like, I feel like every week we're talking about something crazy with this man. He gets somebody pregnant. His kid set his house on fire. He's filing for divorce when he doesn't mean to be. Like, it's insane. Like, who has the energy? Who has the time? Relax.
Right.
Just, like, take it easy.
Right, take it easy. Listen, we needed you to be a little chill on the off season, but, like, we don't need you to be running amok or whatever it's called, right?
Exactly. Like, what's going
chill out.
on? Like, chill. I think, like, I am honestly, like, worried. Like, the similar thing, like, happened with Antonio Brown before, like, his episode where he ran off, like, when he was still playing, Antonio
Brown is the one that left the field in the Uber, right? And came to Soho and did the music video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he did all that and left the field and everything, like, when he was getting towards the end of his career, like, leading up to that point, like, he was doing shit like this. Like, he was getting people pregnant, he was leaving his wife, he was back with his wife, he was recording music.
Who can keep up? Like, I'm sure Tyreek Hill doesn't even know who to call anymore.
Right, of course. Like, I don't understand how you can let your, like, you have the life by the balls. You make all the money in the world. Like, you're living everybody's dream.
It doesn't matter. Money can't change people like that. You know what I mean?
No, seriously. And he's a...
It would be a mess either way. Like, it's just the way that he's living his life.
Right.
Doesn't matter how much money you have. Just the way he's living his life.
But, like, what do you think his wife thinks of all this? Like,
his wife must be losing her mind. But isn't she also pregnant?
No, she just gave birth to, like, their...
Right, but, like, so she's, like, trying to keep the household together. He's getting 3 other girls pregnant here. She's probably losing her fucking mind, but she needs to keep it in order because their relationship's not going to last, I don't think.
Obviously.
But, like, she needs to keep it in order to, like, stay on his good side, I feel like, for now, so he doesn't, like, fucking do something insane. You know what I mean? Her house just burned down. She just had a baby. She's having 3 other women have babies that are also his. Now he's filing for divorce. Like... Holy moly, her poor girl, like, we are here. Listen, Tyreek Hill's baby mama, which I don't know your name, but we are here for you. We hear you. We see you. We're with you. We will support you. If you need a couch, we have one.
Kita
Vaccaro. Please. We are here for you.
Yeah, he's put her through the ringer. And,
yes.
Like, everyone has a breaking point. I don't care how much money it is. Like, I don't know. I think like, this situation shows, like, how crazy money is. Like, it's just wild. And I feel like I talk about this every 2 weeks with Tyreek Hill, but I don't know.
Every 2 weeks
like,
he's doing something different.
It's crazy. How does... The last thing I'll say on this is just, like, similar to... Like, I've said this about other people. I think, like, probably, like, LeBron James. Even though, like, this is, like, a whole nother level. But, like, it bothers me when people really believe, like, especially, like, athletes or, like, celebrities believe that, like, there's no repercussion for their actions. And this is why they think that way. Like,
right.
This man thinks that he could file for divorce and then just tell the biggest lie in the world.
Right. Like everyone just, like, no one believes you. Right. No one believes you. It's okay. Like, no one believes you. Just say I did it by accident. Like, it's okay.
Just say you did it out of anger.
Right. Like we were in a fight and whatever.
Right. The last thing I'll talk about is, like, I know that I mentioned it when we mentioned, like, when I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks, because they talked about him and his marriage a lot in that first episode.
Yeah.
And they try to portray him as, like, this family man.
Okay.
That even makes that more crazy now. Like, it was crazy before, but it's even more crazy now because it's like, whose idea is it to tell this lie? Is it his?
Right.
Is it the Dolphins PR department? Is it HBO's PR department? Like, I need to know like who's trying to like put this put this blanket over our eyes to like not see the truth. Also, who cares? Like,
right, like just let him be him then.
Right.
I wonder maybe because he like costs so much money for the team, they need to like make it seem like it's a good investment and that he's not like crazy.
Somebody decision.
100%.
Right. There's a similar issue going on the other side of the pond in England with with a star soccer player, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker plays for the Manchester City.
What's the difference between Manchester City and Manchester United?
They're rivals. It's like the New York Mets and the New York Yankees.
Oh, okay.
Let's say like the Yankees are Manchester United because they're the most valuable team there,
Okay.
and then Manchester City is the Mets. Although Manchester City has had more success in recent years since they got new ownership. But he's part of that team. He's part of Manchester City. And turns out he's found himself in a ssimilar situation than Tyreek Hill has found himself multiple times. Turns out Kyle Walker had to apologize to his pregnant wife and his children for knocking up his side piece for not the first time, but the second time. Let me tell you this story. Kyle Walker... he's been one of the best right backs in the world for a long time. But he has been dating his best friend, Annie Kilner, since they were teenagers. Things went great for Annie and Kyle as his success in football took off. And eventually they got engaged. However, in 2020, while he and Kilner were on a break, Kyle Walker fooled around with Lauren Goodman, a British influencer, to the point where he impregnated her. Not good, right? You would think that would be the end of him and his relationship with Annie, but Annie took him back since they already started a family and they ended up getting married. As long as he promised to break never do this
100%.
again.
Don't fucking talk to this bitch.
Even though she was having his kid.
So don't talk to the baby either.
I didn't get that far.
Okay.
But he had to agree not to have a relationship with the side piece Goodman, who's not a Goodman.
Oh, got it. He's not being a good man.
Exactly. But long story short, that was in 2020. Fast forward to this year, he gets a groin injury, and he plays in Manchester obviously, but he's rehabbing the injury with a doctor in London, away from his family.
Oh no.
Goodman's in London, and he impregnates her yet again. And he even said it, and he had literally an interview where he talked about this. This weekend it came out where he just put everything on the table, which I kind of respected. But he literally said I was gonna keep it for my wife, but when I found out she was pregnant, I couldn't keep it a secret anymore.
I am so shocked and so disgusted. That is so... You have a literal family at home. You have a family at home. You made the mistake once. If the punani is that amazing, then leave Annie. That's not... Be a good man. Be a good man. When you look at good man, think of that. You should be a good man. What is wrong? I just don't get it. I do not understand, and it makes me so mad because here his best friend is literally she's okay, you messed up, I'm gonna take you back, but you cannot talk to her again, and that is trust, building trust, the whole thing, trust literally 101. And then she obviously they have a baby, a family together, and then he does it again. That is just scumbag fucking move. I mean, the fact that he wasn't going to tell his wife again or his baby mama, whatever, you are trash. Take you out the freaking trash that you are. Gross.
I think it goes back to literally what I was just saying about Tyreek Hill. It's just another example of a dude that thinks that he has no repercussion for his actions. I think he also just is addicted to the punan. I read another story and tried to learn about this. That in 2020, also during COVID, he was one of those people that went on TV for a commercial and was everybody stay home, for the time being,
okay.
It's for the betterment of the community. He did one of those commercials, right?
Yeah.
That same night, he hosted an orgy at a hotel also cheating on his wife.
I think that he has a lot of problems.
Yeah, he does.
You have a lot of issues that you need to solve, maybe without hurting other people. Take it up with your own freaking moral compass that you clearly don't have and figure it out. I'm so over gross people like this. This is trash.
I agree.
Seriously. Like, what are the kids gonna think? You know what I mean?
Kids are gonna be effed up for the rest of their, for a while.
Please. So that's my opinion on that. Trash. Like, I have a problem with the cheating situation because I'm here for it if it's like you cheat, it's the love of your life, like you find them, like you marry them, it's like you're young, you're stupid, like there's no one getting harmed literally except for like one person. You're like, fuck, I made a mistake, but like this was the best mistake I've ever made, like yada yada yada. This is not the case here. You know what I mean? Like that's like a exception to the rule that I have. Like I have that exception, but everything else is just unacceptable.
Right. No, absolutely.
Unacceptable. And I wouldn't trust him literally around anyone.
But I also think this Goodman character is just as much at fault.
100%.
Like, how bad of a person, like, how vindictive of a person can you be to, like, want to ruin this woman's life to, like, that point where it's like...
it's weird. I mean, she probably is like, I want to, like, he's probably telling her all of the things. Like, I want you and only you and all... Trash. And then after he went around and said he wasn't going to tell his wife, honey, you need to take a look in the mirror, okay? And know that you are part of the problem.
True.
You are part of the problem. So, that's it.
On that note, you want to get into our double D's threes?
100%. Let's get into our double D's threes. Why don't you kick it off?
So, for those who don't know, we're doing dry January. That's why you don't see a glass of beer or the typical Patron glass on this side of the table.
Or even a glass of vino sometimes.
Hey, who knows?
But damn, I miss wine. I miss some wine.
I'm honestly doing fine.
Yeah.
You are too. You're doing fine. I don't really miss it all that much, but I'm going to do my favorite 3 things about not drinking this month.
Go for it.
Number 3, sleeping way better. Like, I feel like as I've gotten older, like 30's creeping up. My dad always told me once you hit 28, dude, things are going to start changing. And one of the things that had started changing is that even if I have like 3 beers, like watching a Bruins game or a Celtics game, just chilling on like a weeknight, and I go to bed, like I'll sleep, but just not well.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just not well.
Oh, okay. You seem to sleep fine to me.
I can always fall asleep.
Yeah.
I still sleep better than the average person, but
yeah, you do.
For my standards.
You are literally a bear. You sleep like I've never met anybody like you in my entire... You sleep more than anybody I know.
You sleep later than me every single day.
No, but like you could sleep all the time.
Yeah.
But a deep sleep for hours.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's a funny quality about you.
Thank you.
Sorry, we move on.
This goes hand in hand. Number 2, no hangovers. Yes. And I'm not even just talking about like the violent hangovers like I experienced on the first day of the year, after New Year's, but like just like that disgusting feeling when you wake up. Like, for example, like if I was drinking when we went to the Islanders game, when we were all day with JMO and George,
we wouldn't have been able to
Hannah,
survive.
Vanessa, like I would have been. Yesterday I would have been donezo. I wouldn't have known what to eat. I wouldn't have known like what to do with myself. I would have been just a freaking blob of trash. So that I didn't like that. Number 1 though, I have to say is just like the way I just feel better. I don't feel swollen.
Right.
Like I just feel like there's some certain swelling. Like there have been times where we've gone through a bender and like I'll put my feet up on like the coffee table and we'll be like, dude,
ankles are swollen.
Hands are swollen. Like when we were in San Diego last year, like I looked at myself like on the mirror here, and it was just like no jaw, no jaw. I'm sure people think that anyways when they watch these.
Oh,
but like it was just a neck, and I was like, dude, no more of that.
And you took a stance.
I took a stance. That's it. So I love it. I think obviously I'm gonna have a drink when this is all over, but like I think I just really enjoy this non-drinking lifestyle.
Yeah, it's nice to like test it out. Like I was very curious like about it too. Like, can I do it? And then I'm literally like, wait, it's fine. Like, now we're what? How many days are we in? 29 days, and we literally have 2 days to go. Like, we're fine. We are fine.
Right.
And now that we have literally 2 days to go, it's like, what am I going to give it up now?
When you have this conversation with people, though, it's crazy how much alcohol has, like, everybody by the balls.
It's nuts.
It's scary, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Like, something that, like, think about it. You live however many years before you can have a drink. Like, you're sober as a kid, hopefully. Like,
right.
If you come from a good background.
Right.
I'm sorry if that's insensitive at all, but, like, you know what I mean. And it's
you're
just
so
difficult to do for, like, people as they get older.
Right.
Just because it's crazy how much we rely on substances to, like, feel good or escape.
Get
or,
us
like,
through the...
Right. I don't know. It's wild. It's a wild concept to me, but yeah, I like being sober.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you. I'm
my
happy
jawline
for you.
looks better too?
Oh, stop it. I'm so happy for you. I really am so proud of you for sticking to it. Like, and I'm proud of both of us for sticking to it, because I was like, damn, like, are we gonna really do this thing? But it's literally it's 31 days, so it's a long ass month. It's a month with 5 weekends. So it's like
birthday.
My sister's 30th birthday. Like, I mean, we've had like
playoff
birthday parties. Right, we've had tons of things that we could be doing, but I'm like, no, like, we're doing it and we're gonna do it right. So,
right. Like, I know I keep on saying the same things over and over again, but, like, this weekend with JMO and George and everything, like, honestly, I had no desire.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, we're not drinking.
Give me a glass of Coke.
Give me that gingy.
Yeah.
I was all good. I was all gravy.
Right. And it's also made me realize that, like, when you're out with people, it's not drinking the alcohol. You just want to drink something.
Right. You just want something.
You're so accustomed.
Like, right, because you're talking, you want to eat dry mouth, you're like, I need to drink something.
Right.
So, totally. I loved your double D's threes. Thank you for being on such a positive note.
I'm a positive guy.
You are. My double D's threes, now that I realize that we're probably going to do the Super Bowl thing next week, but it's fine. I'm just going to do my double D's threes that I wrote down, which are my Super Bowl predictions. My 3 Super Bowl predictions.
Let's do it.
So I think that Taylor Swift is going to show up. I think that she will be coming.
Like, perform or just show up to the game?
Show up to the game.
Yeah, she's not missing that.
I think that she's coming to the game.
She's
100%.
not missing that.
Like, 100%. I think that she's coming. I think that she's doing the trip that's flying around the world and all of that nonsense. Like, I think that she is doing it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. If it could be mathematically done, like, time-wise, she's going to do it. Like, she has the resources to do it. He has the resources to do it. Like, it's not going to be that difficult for her.
And I do have to say, like, obviously it is nice, like, that they are so... It's nice... It is nice to see a relationship, like, healthy like that, because if it was literally any other player, like, we'd be being like, oh my gosh, so cute, like, so great, whatever. But, like, it's, like, to the point where Page 6 is saying, like, Travis Kelce has a new nickname for Taylor Swift, and that's a headline, and it's because he called her Sweetie. That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, let's just fucking chill out. Like, just let them do their thing. And, like, I again, like, we talked about it with Tom, like, the hype for the NFL, it's great. Like, it's given us something to talk about. Like, it's a great little thing that they have going, but, like, overdoing it like that it's just too much. Yeah, it's just too much.
Literally overdoing it.
Yeah, so
I agree.
That's my one thing. 2, I think someone is gonna make a one-handed touchdown. Like, I think someone's gonna, like, grab it, like, you know what I'm saying, and make a touchdown.
Okay.
That way. And I think it's gonna be orange Gatorade.
Hot take.
Thank you.
Hot take.
Yes. So that's it.
Love
that's
that.
That's my double D's threes, my Super Bowl predictions.
Oh, don't tell us who's gonna win.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Maybe people will tune in next week.
Yeah. People need to tune in next week for my Super Bowl predictions, but those are my predictions before the predictions.
Little teaser. You're being a tease.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing, like, fucking the thongs with Nathan McKinnon.
Yes.
So
you're like that fan in the stands. I was like, just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you would murder me if I ever did that. But here we are to our favorite segment of the week. It's time for our sick puppy and interesting cat of the week.
Yes. We got 2 former Patriots players.
Naturally.
So we didn't talk about them in the first few segments. So
yeah, why not?
I have to get my Patriots fix in somehow. But they're both legitimate. Number 1, sick puppy of the week is Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte was a rookie wide receiver for the Patriots this year.
I remember this name.
Yeah. Well, it turns out this man, he was arrested. He turned himself in to authorities in Louisiana on Thursday after state police were informed by a gambling company, that their records showed over 8,900 bets that were being placed by a prohibited individual in prior years. Booty was charged with one felony count of computer fraud and one misdemeanor count of underage gambling. Details from the affidavit were truly stunning. Booty's bets ran the gamut from teams around the NCAA to the NFL, including bets on his own team while he was with the LSU Tigers, and also betting on himself. He bet on himself to have a certain amount of catches or a certain amount of yards in a game, and both times he did that, he did not hit the bets. But the records claim that between 2022 and 2022 and 2023, Booty placed over $636,000 worth of bets, losing a total of $81,000 in the process. Sick puppy move.
Sick puppy move, but you know what? If you're gonna bet on anyone, you might as well bet on yourself.
Might as well bet on yourself. My question here is his logins to these gambling accounts.
Yeah.
They were Kayshawn Booty 7, his number. He used his real.
Do you think that he even knew?
Yes.
Oh, you think he knew he wasn't supposed to do it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, of course.
I mean, doesn't seem like it the way he was acting on these things, on these platforms.
Once again, just another individual thinking that he can never get to him. I mean, I saw when I worked at MGM, I saw freaking Miles Austin at the time.
And Fetty Wap.
But Fetty Wap, I mean, he can bet.
Yeah.
But Miles Austin, former NFL player, at the time he was the wide receivers coach for the Jets. This man was freaking gambling. He was down over $2 million on the year.
Wait, is he still coaching now?
No,
I was about to say, we're literally outing this man on the airwaves. Someone's gonna come after him.
He already got caught. He got indefinitely suspended by the NFL because of it. But I was ahead of I saw it.
Yeah, you were ahead of the curve.
I legitimately was.
Yeah,
I'm the one that closed his account.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
you're a part of the case. Sorry, FBI's calling. They want you to do a stakeout like Monica and Jen Shaw.
Please. I bet freaking Jen Shaw's husband does some funky stuff with his football team down there in Utah, too.
I'm sure.
Can't trust that clown.
No, seriously.
Interesting cat of the week is Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is a former Patriots.
Whenever the word Chandler comes up, it's Chandler Bang.
Arizona Cardinals and Las Vegas Raiders player.
Okay.
He was the one that was cut from the Raiders earlier this year for not showing up and yelling about calling Josh McDaniels and saying he wouldn't let him into the building and all that stuff. Remember that? He just lost his mind.
Yes.
So he's continued to lose his mind. It's been kind of scary to watch, to be honest with you.
He's not on the team anymore?
No, he's not in the NFL. He's just been going on social media acting a fool.
Oh no.
It's very scary. I equate it to Kanye West. When Kanye West speaks.
Yes.
And it's just you can see in his eyes, and there's just you can just see nothing's computing there.
Yeah.
Or
sad.
they think it. Yeah. It's very.
Isn't it crazy? You could tell a lot about someone through their eyes.
Yes.
I think that's how I get a lot of when I talk to someone, how I really understand if they're listening to me or whatever. I'm I can tell based on your eyes.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
I feel a lot of people can though.
Yeah.
It's are you there? Hello.
It's human nature for sure.
Is that crazy?
Absolutely.
You communicate so much with your eyeballs.
Yeah. Excuse me. Wow. My voice just cracked.
That's how much you communicate.
Right.
You're telling me through your eyes, not your voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My eyes were taking all the communication, and my voice cracked.
Exactly.
But so Chandler has been on a bit of a string on social media the past month, and I've been choosing not to talk about it, to be honest with you, because I do think it's truly sad, and I do think that he has something clinically wrong with him, and he needs to get checked out. But this was just something that I couldn't let pass anymore.
Oh, go ahead.
So he was on the latest episode of the Jackson podcast, but I've never heard about. When Jones showed his new tattoo. The tattoo says the name of, can you say that name?
Janae Ayako. I don't know. It's a Kufuru Chilombo? I know Janae Ayako. I'm sure she cut off the rest for her stage name.
So Janae Ayako, she's an R&B singer and songwriter.
Do you know who that is?
No.
What's up? It's been a minute since we kicked it. You've been caught up.
Okay, I like her.
With them bitches, I don't get it. You're a style of.
You don't have to deal with
I saw her live perform with
Really?
Drake. When he brought her out, I was like, I'm gonna die.
She was SZA before SZA.
She was everything. She literally came out. I was like, it was like, what's up? I was like, literally. So
Perfect.
I know who Janae Ayako is, yes.
So Jones said that this young lady is his spiritual wife. And that he has never met her or communicated with her.
Oh, no.
But despite that, Jones felt that he had a strong enough connection to her that he should get her name tattooed on his arm.
Her name?
Got it tattooed right here. Because it's his spiritual wife. It's his wife, he says.
How do you think his wife feels about this?
He's single. But she has a man. She's dating some sort of like rapper.
Wait, so but in spirit they're together on his arm.
As far as he's concerned, it's his wife. His spiritual wife. And that's like he got
her music is really speaking something to him.
He got the tattoo for her, he said.
Okay, this really is sad.
It is sad. It's an interesting cat move.
It's an interesting move. I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah.
Interesting sad.
Yeah.
Sad cat. Sad puppy. Sad. It's just sad. That's awful.
Yeah.
Wait, that's like really sad.
It's extreme. I mean, everything's been sad with this dude. Like, there's been like sadder.
And, like, what would the tattoo artist say? Like, do you know her? Or like, he was probably like, who the hell is this?
Well, like,
who the heck is this?
But like
who the heck?
Like I mentioned, like Chandler Jones, he's like the way you watch and he's sort of watch him talk for 2 seconds, and he's exactly like Kanye is. Like, just like there's nothing makes sense. You know what I mean? So like I can picture like the tattoo artist being like, all right, dude,
yeah, like all right, I just need to get this.
Yeah,
do this. Let's do it up.
Pay me.
Let's do it up.
Yeah,
because they're spiritual together. Whew. Sad.
Yeah, exactly. So things you may have missed this week. Jim Harbaugh, our man, that was the head coach of Michigan. He has since left Michigan, and he has signed with the LA Chargers.
Sick. Who's his brother, the coach of?
John Harbaugh. He's the coach of the Ravens that just lost yesterday.
So are they going to verse each other next year?
They may. They were fun fact, the first two brothers ever to play each other in a Super Bowl as head coaches.
Who?
Jim and John.
Hardball.
When Jim coached, he used to coach the 49ers, and John was still with the Ravens.
You know what I think that when we did the Kelsey brother situation, I think that you mentioned this.
Yeah.
I think that you mentioned this.
Mm-hmm. I said it wasn't the first two brothers to play each other. Like they were the first two brothers to play each other in the Super Bowl, but not the first two brothers to
play each other. Like
face
each other. I like that. Play and face. Okay, cool. You go, Jimmy.
Next up, Amazon has greenlit The Money Game, a new docuseries. I feel like a new docuseries is getting announced every week, but I love these, so can't have enough of them. A new docuseries on the impact of NIL within the 2023-2024 LSU athletics, including Livy Dunn, Jaden Daniels, who won the Heisman Trophy, Angel Reese, and Flo J. Johnson. Remember there was drama between Angel and Flo J, both on the basketball. So this thing's going to be must-watch TV.
This is going to be, Netflix. Or Amazon. It's Amazon. Amazon.
You have the biggest social media star in the world.
That is unbelievable.
The Heisman Trophy winner. And then
two girlies, like, feuding.
Yeah.
And, like, unbelievable. Like, the NIL, it's just, like, there is no better place to be doing this, and like how much like there's so much drama at that one school, like at LSU, like it's going to be amazing. Amazon, chef's kiss, Rachel's stamp of approval.
Yeah, it's gonna be one that we're not gonna put off watching. As soon as that's out,
100%.
Okay, make sure that's clear.
Yeah.
I thought you would enjoy this. Jay Lindenberg. I didn't know what this was either, but it's the brand that Victor Hovland wears.
Okay.
They will be the outfit that they're outfitting the USA golf team for the Olympics in Paris.
Cool. Oh, so it's going to be fun. And that's what I told you this whole time is I like people that like for Victor Hovland. Yeah. That's what I talked about last podcast.
That's why I brought it up.
Unbelievable. And that's on fucking manifesting. I'm sorry. I manifested this for the USA that we needed people like Victor Hovland. I'm sorry. I'm on manifestation.
Yeah.
Put the rewind button and watch me say it.
Yep.
Clip it. Seriously. Am I okay? Like, I really think that do you feel like I can like actually manifest things here?
Of course. I think manifestation is a real thing.
But like, I'm sorry, this is crazy, right? That Victor Hovland, I literally said that, and like now the person that outfits him is going to be outfitting the USA golf team.
Yeah. It's crazy. And also, like,
I'm onto something.
Also, like, on Twitter, like on the comment section, it was getting a lot of hate. They were like, "Why are you doing that?" But it's just like,
oh, so you want someone that's just in the same khaki trousers and like blue freaking polo? Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Like people want the same shit. When it comes to golf, people want the same old shit.
Same old.
Say over and it's like, no, dude, do something fun. Make crazy designs. It may look nuts. Like you said about Jason Day. Like we weren't crazy about his outfit, but it's different.
Right.
It's different.
Right.
Do something different.
Change with the times.
Right. It'll click. That's
right.
that's how new trends and new things come along.
Right.
Speaking of golf, Shane Lowry, he made an albatross this weekend, this past PGA tournament. We actually watched it live. So an albatross is when you get the ball in the hole in 2 shots when it's a par 5. So you get it 3 better than what it's supposed to be. It's better than a hole in 1. More rare than a hole in 1 too. He shot this from 265 yards out and made it in the hole. Crazy. Crazy.
Good job for you, Shane Lowry.
And then lastly, the one thing you may have missed, the reason why I'm wearing this jersey, the Liverpool jersey, is Jurgen Klopp announced that he's leaving Liverpool at the end of the year. He's the coach. They call him manager of Liverpool. He said he can no longer deal with the stress and the work. Doesn't think he could do it again after this year, so he's out.
Who do you think it's going to be?
They're saying Xabi Alonso. He's a legendary Spanish player.
Is that why they're probably pulling all their money so that they can get a new coach? Maybe they knew?
Maybe. That could be part of it. The reason why they're pulling the money for the Red Sox. But I think it's also mostly about Mbappe. I think that it really hurts Liverpool's chances of getting Mbappe because it shows that there's not much structure there right now. Like, it's going to be a whole new regime. And I don't think that, like, a superstar player at the level of Mbappe, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know Mbappe personally, but if I was him, I wouldn't want to go to a situation like that with, like, a new coach. I would want to go with someone that's stable, that has a culture, that I can just come in and be a part of.
Okay. That makes sense. Like, not coming in, like, a whole thing and, like, running the show. Maybe he does. Maybe Mbappe wants, like, to be that star.
Maybe the part of signing him will be that he can help select the coach, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
But
interesting.
I think overall,
wow,
it
moment
hurts.
of silence for your man, the manager. Moment is over. Moment is over.
To watch this weekend, we got 2 All-Star games. Number one's the NFL Pro Bowl, and like I mentioned in previous weeks, it's not actually a game anymore. They do more of a skills competition and flag football. So that'll be on Sunday and Saturday. Also this weekend is the NHL All-Star game, also skills competition, and then they do like 3-on-3 hockey. So 4 different teams, those 4 different jerseys that Justin Bieber's brand helped.
Yes, yeah,
design.
Which are expensive. They are $190 each.
Yeah.
So we saw one at the game, and I like them.
They're really cool.
They're cool, and all the team members, the players, they're all lowercase letters. Love that.
Interesting.
Love it.
The little details.
Yes, it's little things. Very Gen Z.
Interesting.
Yes.
Also, the PGA tournament this weekend is at Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach is one of the most iconic golf courses in the world. And so whenever it's on TV, I think it's just like much watched television just because it's so beautiful. And it's one of those events now, the PGA Tour, where they incentivize all the players, all like the big time players to play in it because the competition with LIV. So yeah, it's something to watch. And also Belichick.
You're on Belichick watch?
Still on Belichick watch. It's looking less likely that he's going to get signed to another team. Unless there's a rumor that Andy Reid's going to retire after the Super Bowl, and then Bill Belichick will go to Kansas City. That doesn't seem as likely to me, and nor would I want that to happen because I don't want him to coach Patrick Mahomes and win Super Bowls there. I just don't need that in my life. I'm just too spiteful for that.
Yeah, Tom Brady already did it once for you. Yeah, you don't need it to happen again with Bill.
Tom Brady was like the girlfriend leaving. This is like the father and mother leaving and going like to like your neighbor, okay? Your rival. All right. So we don't need this, okay? But yeah, I'm just gonna watch. There's rumors that Fox is preparing a big offer for him.
Oh, to be a commentator for the year?
Exactly.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's all I have for you.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody for listening to yet another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast. Please don't forget that if you haven't already, please check out our hats at the doubledosepodcast.com. The Drama Sports Club hats, where you can get you and yours these incredible hats for, for Valentine's Day, for, just because it's Tuesday and you love the dose, just because you want to look fly as hell, just cause. They are unbelievable. As a doubledosepodcast.com, double D-O-U-B-L-E, dose, D-O-S, podcast, P-O-D-C-A-S-T, doubledosepodcast.com, where you can get you and yours these fine hats. Thank you, Nathan, so much for everything, for always putting together. Oh my God, it's so funny to look at you with it backwards. You never wear them backwards anymore. But thank you so much for always.
Like when I wear my hat backwards?
I love when you wear a hat in general. I love when you wear anything. You look so cute always. But thank you for always bringing the best topics, for, just being the best co-host that a gal could ask for. And that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your night with me here. And that's it. And don't forget to keep on listening to our interview with Tom Cakeboss.
Enjoy. Joining us now is a gentleman that currently resides in Hoboken, New Jersey, originally from New Jersey. Also went to college in New Jersey at Rowan, where he was a dominant wrestler.
Full New Jersey pork roll guy, all the way through and through.
Isn't that a debate, pork roll versus?
It's a big thing. We have a big controversy about
Taylor ham versus
I'm
pork
a Taylor
roll.
ham girly.
You legit call it pork roll, or you just saying that to get underneath your
Straight
skin?
up, no, like it says pork roll on the Taylor branded.
No,
box
I can't
too.
do this stuff. I can't.
Is that true?
Yeah, but it's like calling a Q-tip a cotton swab.
Okay, we'll get into that after I'm done with my introduction.
Okay.
Now you can find him. He's engaged to his beautiful, wonderful fiance, planning their wedding, Mr. Tom Cakeboss Bishki.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Did you have Taylor ham this morning or pork roll?
No, just kept it to Oikos yogurt, casual today.
How often do you have Taylor ham?
Not enough. We were actually talking about that this weekend. We wanted to try to go to like a diner and get a good pork, egg, and cheese because there's no good spots in Hoboken. So
you even saying pork roll, egg, and cheese is like so crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sure Jules probably like, what the hell?
North Jersey calls it the Tech, the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, and then we call it the Peck,
right way.
or the Prek.
I've never heard the abbreviation.
I've only had it once, and it was homemade at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was good.
Yeah,
good.
It's a staple for sure. But
truly.
Yes.
But we also brought you on, obviously, as you know, because you are a die-hard Ravens fan. And, like a raven, some birds take flight, some don't. And you know what? They did their final farewell of flight for the NFL for 2023-2024 season this past Sunday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
How you feeling? The Ravens went down and the Chiefs. How you feeling?
The Chiefs clipped our
health?
wings. They took our feathers and made a headdress out of it. They balled up on us.
Literally.
So it was tough. It was a tough game to watch. And the worst part, I was telling Jewel about it, was I've been excited for this game all week and then all weekend. So I'm basically skipping through my Friday, rushing through my Saturday just to get to Sunday to watch the game. And then we lose, and it's like the whole weekend is over. It's just like the next game doesn't even matter. It's just devastating. But
it's just
it was
back to the drawing board.
It was a sad game. I mean, it started off bad and it stayed bad the whole time. So it was just like a beatdown the whole time.
What do you think was the issue? Like, what's the problem? Why can't they get over that hump?
I don't know. Well, that's the one thing, I think everybody says is like, this is just one more reason that Lamar is not clutch in the playoffs. But we did take it one step further, right? So every year he does like one game a little bit better. We can't expect the buddy to make a jump and land in the Super Bowl. Like, it's incremental steps. So I'm not completely disappointed. It was a whole team failure. The play calling wasn't good. We ran the ball 8 times, where you have the greatest running quarterback in the league. I don't know why there wasn't more play calls for him, or just like, there was a lot of missed opportunities. There was so many penalties that didn't roll our way. Like, you're starting to see the dynasty of, like, Mahomes is kind of getting onto that Tom Brady Pats level. Like, the calls kind of roll their way. They're clutch in the postseason. Like, they just have the magic, the postseason magic, and he's catching up to Brady. I still think Brady's the GOAT, but like, the stats are parallel right now. It's like hard to beat the legend in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously honestly at that level. Like, you can't debate whether he's at that level or not because
I like how Rach laughed about that. Are we about to unpack this right now? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a therapy session for you, but this is just about to be a therapy session for me because I'll go to my grave until Mahomes has more Super Bowl wins than Brady. I'll go to my grave saying Brady's better, but Mahomes is in the conversation. You can't doubt that, and like, you also can't doubt that he is getting calls. The calls that the Chiefs were getting were ridiculous. Like that pass interference on Isaiah Likely, like that was a pass interference. That's no doubt about it. If that's Travis Kelce, like Taylor Swift is jumping out of the suite, like freaking out. Like it's not even a conversation.
The Zay Flowers, like he played such a good game overall, right? He's a rookie wide receiver, and they get it to the AFC Championship basically on his shoulders all year. He has mad catches throughout the game, but everything just starts to fall apart. Like, he gets that big catch to get us out of like a slump on offense for like probably like 2 or 3 bad drives. He gets a big catch. The Chiefs defense or defender, I forget who was covering him, was like grabbing on his leg. He stands up, like pushes him off, like throws a line. He's obviously standing over him, like, but that's not a taunting call. Like, he didn't get in his face, like, got you, boy. Like, they throw the taunting flag, they bring us back. So like every step forward was a step back. We get a crazy catch for Zay. He's about to hop into the end zone, and L'Jarius Sneed punches the ball out. That's like the turning point in the game. Like, if we score that touchdown, the game, I think, evolves differently. I think the MVP of that game was Sneed. Like, punching that out in the end zone took the air out of the stadium, like, set us back again. We turned the ball over. That was like I like laid on the ground when that happened. I was like,
no,
we lost. Like,
and when was that the moment that you realized? Like, when
that's the thing about watching Ravens ball. Like, this year has been decent on the second half of the year, like where we were beating teams bad and scoring. But like, the Ravens can play a really ugly game and still pull a win out. So there's always that like 10% chance that in the fourth quarter, Lamar's just gonna run it all the way down the field, like one play after the next, and we're gonna be clutch and score, or like, and then we'll sneak in a field goal. But like, it's the Chiefs too, and like, it just felt off the whole game. I was like, last week when we beat the Texans, Roquan said something like, we have, like, someone's got to be a villain. You know what I mean? Like, we were the bad guys taking the fun out of CJ Stroud's rookie year. Like, he's going all out, and like, we had to be the bad guys, shut it down. Like, yesterday, we weren't the bad guys. Like, you could tell the Chiefs were getting under the Ravens players' skin. Like, they'll like push someone in the back and the Ravens player will react, and who does the flag get thrown on? The guy who comes second, right? Like, whoever the ref sees it.
I saw that because it was like Travis Kelce was like egging them on in the game that I saw, and then the Ravens guy did something at the end, and he's the one that got in trouble. Yeah. I was like, but wait, like, you didn't see what happened beforehand. Right. Like, and you're not getting all the receipts here.
And the Chiefs started that pregame when they were messing with Justin Tucker and throwing his ball in his holder.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? That video is like going viral of like Kelce and Mahomes.
I was like pissed, but you got to come think about it. Like, I'm pretty sure Tucker went over there and set up in their area.
That's what I also saw too. I was going to ask you because I read that that he went over to the Chiefs like practicing area and was like doing that. So like, I would be doing the same thing.
It's like a double-edged sword because like it's first of all super lame that they're gonna go out of their way to like pick a fight with a kicker.
Right, like out of all people.
It's dope that he has the balls to go over there and mess with the boys. You know what I mean? So, but like,
totally.
And you guys know the narrative. Like, everyone's everywhere, all on Instagram, Twitter. They're like, everyone's like, we're rooting for the Ravens just so we don't have to deal with Taylor Swift. So like, you know, the world thinks that like everyone doesn't want Travis and the Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl again. Like, so they really did play the villain role well, and they like, you know, they just won. They did everything they could to get under our skin. We didn't do anything to bring ourselves out of the hole that we dug. So it's just like penalty after penalty. I don't know. I kept saying like horrible things. I was like, we need to hurt somebody. Like, someone needs to go out.
Someone needs to get off in a stretcher.
But the thing is, and it was evident throughout the whole game, was that there is such a big emotional part of, I mean, any football game, any sports game really, but especially in the playoffs, like with a ticket to the Super Bowl on the line. And like, I don't know, I just feel like the Patriots games over the years, the big games that they've lost over the years is the ones that they're over emotional about. Like I'm reading the Dynasty book right now, and they were talking about the Super Bowl that they won 18-1 and lost to the Giants. And they were just talking about how emotional they were, like, getting over, like, the Spygate shit, because all the Spygate stuff came out that year, and, like, a new report came out, like, the day before the Super Bowl, and they were just drained emotionally. And, like, I think it was similar to what the Ravens just unraveled emotionally, and I think that was actually, like what got them. Because, Roquan, Queen, like, they were going after, like, Chiefs offensive linemen, and, like, Travis Kelce every single play. Like, after the play, they were in their face. It was just like that. I think that's, like, just draining, and that's exactly what the Chiefs want. The Chiefs want you to overextend so that it can open it up for them, and I think that was literally the only issue with the Ravens. Everything else can be fixed. Like, even Zay Flowers, like, him freaking cutting his hand, him getting upset and cutting his hand on the sideline after punching the bench, like, that's just, you just cannot let that happen. Like, that's just...
we fell into their trap. They played the game exactly how they wanted to, like, and they came to our house and took it, and it was devastating. Like, you just don't want to see the boys go out like that. I was saying to someone today, I almost would rather be like a Jets fan and have my heart broken the first game of the year than to get all the way and miss the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, right? It's like the last game that you had.
Coming from a Patriots fan, you don't.
I know. I was like, I'd be miserable all year. Every Sunday wouldn't even be fun. Like, that would be terrible. Like,
dude, weeks like after week 12, it's just like, what am I watching? Like, you're rooting. I used to have that same opinion because it's literally heartbreaking. But rooting for your team to lose for a draft pick is the worst thing in the world. It's defeats the purpose of being a fan. So I don't know. I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, like my full takeaways from it, like if I can be armchair coach, we didn't run the ball. We barely made adjustments at half. The defense played good, but we did nothing in the turnover game. So no change. We lost the ball twice, and we didn't get anything back. I just kept saying, like, we need a pick. We need a pick. We need a fumble right here. Obviously, Mahomes isn't going to make shitty throws. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse, but...
Of course you can.
Are you joking?
Right, cool.
Of course you can.
And then then we got Lamar throws a pick at the end too. So it's like throws in the triple coverage. Like, it's just one thing after the next, and we let them win. But I mean, I'm not devastated about it. But like, as you see, I got the Ravens hat on. Like,
I love it.
I'll be retiring it until August.
Legendary.
This will be
was the best move ever. Literally ever. No, literally. Clipping that is unbelievable.
This will be the resident black hat until September, August.
Yes, that is amazing. Wow.
It looks tremendous.
It looks amazing.
Thank
Look
you.
at you in the drama.
Fits your dome
of
piece
Sports
perfectly.
Club hat.
I could not wait.
It.
I was so hyped to get it in the mail. So you guys killed it.
I'm obsessed. Thank you. And everyone else can get theirs at the doubledosepodcast.com. Double D-O-U-B-L-E, dose D-O-S, podcast P-O-D-C-A-S-T, doubledosepodcast.com. So you can look as fly as Tom Cakeboss over here.
This one almost had to buy a new one because she stole mine today. She couldn't find hers.
Yes.
And I knew exactly where it was. She just didn't bother asking me, so I just let her, like, do her thing. And then, like,
these are going to go viral.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Like,
they have to.
You guys killed
after
it.
you.
So
after you wearing it.
You guys are you're fighting over them even in the same home. So, like, that's how you know how nice they are.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It looks stupendous or whatever, right? It's a word.
Tremendous.
Stupendous. I don't.
You guys killed it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be putting the Ravens gear away. Like, I'm not ashamed of the season.
Will you wear it? Will you wear Ravens gear from here on out, like until the next time?
Maybe we brought the shirt to the gym or something. It's not a bad year. Like, overall, like, you're like disappointed in the moment now, but like, we balled out, and like, this is the first year. We still had injuries too. Like, we had 2 running backs blow their legs out. So like, I think everything, there's so many what ifs, right? Like, what if Keaton Mitchell didn't tear his ACL? We could have dusted them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we obviously weren't confident in our running game. They started the game with Justice Hill, who's been a 3rd-string running back the past 5 years. He's like gotten better, but like, they didn't even give the ball to Gus Edwards. Like, they gave it to him like in the second quarter. And then Dalvin Cook's on the bench. Like, he's obviously not Like, obviously, they saw something during practice throughout the week that he's not good enough. So
That's what
it's
I was
sad
wondering the whole
situation.
time.
Yeah, there was obviously a reason they didn't use him while he was on the Jets, right? Like, he didn't have that extra juice. But I probably won't rock any Ravens stuff anytime soon. But I'm not ashamed
Your
of
heart-
my team.
yeah.
Just it's sad, right?
It's like a bad breakup, you just got to give it some time to heal a little.
Yeah, it's
heal
like
the wounds.
we had what we had was so great, but we need to be apart for a little bit. So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's crazy.
It's literally the '98 Braves.
Well,
the song
you-
from Northern New Orleans. It's literally what it is.
Well,
Yeah,
you watching the Chiefs, like the game yesterday, like how annoying or amazing was it about the Taylor Travis thing? Like, what's your opinion? What's your take on it from now losing to them, unfortunately?
So like that's the thing. Like I'm not a Travis hater, and this relationship has made me like Taylor Swift more. So I'm like on the opposite of the rest of football America. That's like I'm so sick of seeing the Taylor thing. Like
yeah,
it is fun. It's bringing more eyes to the game, and it does add a little element to the drama of sports, right? Like this, it's a little more juice to just the outside thing than the X's and O's. It's like
100%.
I don't mind it, but now it's like I obviously don't want. Like I didn't want to see Travis and Pat. Like they were just doing their best getting under the skin. But I mean, it'll be fun to see this continue. I listen to Travis and Jason's podcast, so like I'll probably
New
stop
Heights.
for a couple weeks because I'm
Yeah.
sour. But yeah, but like they do a great job. Like they're the boys, good brother stuff. Like I'm not sick about it about the T-Swift.
Do you think that Travis had a conversation with Travis had a conversation with Jason or someone did, because he was not on the same level that he was in Buffalo. Like he had his shirt on, he was sitting in the back of the luxury box, he wasn't bothering anybody. Didn't even look like he was really drinking all that much. Do you think like someone told him to tune it down, or
His wife might have said, "You better simmer down," because I mean, but what are you gonna do? Like after you retire, you go to Buffalo. It's a snow game, and
Right.
it's like Buffalo and the Chiefs kind of have beef. Like they almost play every year, so it's like, what is a better atmosphere to go all out, tailgate, get hammered, jump in the stands? Like you're not necessarily gonna do that in Baltimore because like it's just not the same vibe. Like Buffalo is like, let's go crazy. Ravens are like, let's lock in, like Flock Nation. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
it's cool there,
Fuck
but like
Nation.
it's not like Buffalo is energy for like you can't match that. I don't know. I would probably be on the same page as Jason. Like let me take. He's probably still hungover from Buffalo, so like
100%.
sure.
That's definitely
Yeah.
what he's still in recovery. He was in like a Hawaiian shirt.
yeah, he was
was
like
in a
me after
Hawaiian
New
shirt
Year's.
and
I'm
beanie.
sure. Like
Yeah,
let me
he's
just not
taking-
drink for a
he's
long
taking
time.
care.
yeah, and I'm
January.
sure I'm sure his wife was like, "Yo, reel it back, brother. Like
Right.
you got 2 daughters at home. Like chill
Yeah.
out." But
Yeah.
like
I
I don't
love
think
it.
obviously like America loved it. Like I don't think he did anything wrong, but like who knows?
I don't think
Maybe
so
he
either.
was. Yeah, like, but who knows? He might go crazy for the Super Bowl. He might be off a couple beers.
How did you become a Ravens fan? Like, why are you not a Jets fan or
So it's
Pittsburgh?
funny story. Like when I used to play football, like in middle school, I swapped teams because growing up I was always a Jets fan. My dad is a Rams fan, but like my favorite color is green. I love the Jets, and I was like, like whatever, we suck. I was like fine with it, but then the tides kind of changed, and like once I was like playing football, so I was like, all right, like the Ravens have the hardest hitting defense. Like I play linebacker, like I just want to be like Ray Lewis. Like this is awesome. Like I just want to hit hard. Like
People forget
so
he killed a man.
I started watching the Ravens more, and like I was like, this is a dope team. Like the black jerseys, like all black looks sick. Like purple
Swag.
is cool. Like it's a fun team. Like and the Jets are just trash to watch. So like as a kid mentality, I was like, I'm just gonna watch the best defense in the league. Then like by the time we get to high school, everyone's on the Jets train anyways because Mark Sanchez kind of turned like they won like a few playoff games here and there, and a couple kids like would wear Jet stuff all the time, and I was like, this is lame. Like these kids are busters. I'm out on the Jets. I'm fully out. I'm fully a Ravens fan.
Busters.
I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like I'm a Ravens fan. Like nobody else around here is a Ravens fan. Like they're the best. And then like 2 years later or a year later, we end up winning the Super Bowl. So it was a good time to jump on before they won the Super
probably
Bowl.
won because of you. Because
Well,
you were the
maybe.
fan. Number
That's
one
the thing, 'cause
fan.
I was a fan. Like I remember watching the year before when the kicker missed the big kick, and like it was like the reason why we didn't go to the Super Bowl. And like he's getting death threats and stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, I feel bad for the Ravens kicker. Like, but like, yeah,
That's
that's
against the
how
Patriots.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
I was
that game
there.
was devastating. I was like, oh. Like,
Who was that receiver that dropped the pass in the front?
it was not. I forget. I literally watched that video the other day though, but I was like, that team was like insane. Like I was a big Terrell Suggs fan. Like Anquan Bolden. Like it was a fun era like of Ravens football, and that was like the reason why like it's play like a Raven now is because of that era. Like they just hit so hard, and that was the difference. Like I was like, that's the difference between our current defense. Like they were like, this is so good. They're just like the 2012 defense, and I'm like. They're not. Like, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis were coming to take people's heads off. Like,
well,
we're
literally,
good.
you just said he killed a man, right?
Yeah,
Ray
like,
Lewis?
that's
so
the
he was
weird, like-
literally out here trying to kill people.
And I was, like, yearning for that. I was like, I never want to wish injuries on anyone, but I'm like, you need to blow Travis Kelce up right now. Like, someone, like
you were like, where is this man-killing mentality?
Yeah, I'm like, we're getting them, we're tackling them, like we're going
Right.
for extra hits, and then but it's like the game has changed. Like the roughing the passer calls are BS, and like it's just not the same era as like it's not hard-nosed football like it used to be. So
No, it's so different. It's a completely different game. It's a completely different game. You can't play the way Ed Reed and Ray Lewis did
Yeah.
at all.
Would you
they were
keep? Would
what's
you
that?
keep Lamar Jackson for next year? He is staying, right? But
Yeah. I
He's
think
got a
that's the
contract.
thing. Like that's what I was saying earlier. Like incremental steps. Like every year, just get one step better. Like if we can bolster. Obviously, we added some good wide receivers like Zay. You have OBJ there as like a vet on the team. I think we throw it to Aguilar too much, but whatever. Like that's just me saying that. Obviously, he's a better wide receiver than like I can say. Like he's obviously catching balls in practice. That's why they're throwing it to him.
You
But
can get way better options than Aguilar. He was with the Patriots
exactly,
for a
but
couple
that's
years.
the thing. Like I can't just say
drops the
like
ball more than me.
we need to just like buy weapons. Like I do think we need a better running back, and I love Gus Edwards. I think Justice Hill is a great guy, but like if Keaton Mitchell didn't tear his ACL, it's a totally different game. We have a guy like Pacheco ripping up the field. Like he's a track star. The kid is so fast. Like so, it's just like little things like that. I don't know, like the running game, and I think Lamar's fine. Like he's an MVP quarterback, 2-time MVP, and he just has to play his game. You know what I mean? You can't let the mental side of it affect you. And the Chiefs got in our heads and beat them up. See, I say like our heads, like I'm playing, but.
I love
It's
it. I mean,
crazy.
you clearly are very invested into it. I mean, you just listed like 1,000 different names, which is very impressive. I'm always impressed by these boys who can just remember all these names, can't remember simple things that we want, but
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
I'm pro using we, our, all of that stuff. I mean, you listen
know,
to
I
Bus
love
with the
that you
Boys.
do
They have
that.
that debate all the time.
With the Pats,
And-
I love that. You guys talk about that all the time. And then, I don't know, it's going to be an interesting offseason, right? Like, once the Super Bowl's over, all these teams are going to be letting guys go into free agency. Like, there's going to be lots of trades once everything starts up. And, you know, it's hard. They always say this at the end of the year when there's a good team. It's like, this might be the last time all these guys play together. And, like, it is true. Like, we might lose Patrick Queen, our really good linebacker. And, like, you know, some of our cornerbacks are getting old. It's like, you might lose, like, big anchors on your defense, or you might lose guys on the offense. So you never know what's going to happen. And it does feel like almost like Dan Campbell was like, we had our one shot, we lost it. It's like,
oh
you know,
my God,
you never.
no, I read that. That was heartbreaking.
It's so hard to get back, right? Like obviously there's dynasty teams like the Pats and the Chiefs that can get back every year, but you know it's hard for certain. Like look at the Eagles. On paper, they're one of the best teams in the league, and they look like
God.
trash for the last 5 games. Like.
Well,
You never
speaking
know.
of like the Lions situation, like how are you feeling about that? That was definitely a hard loss for me yesterday because I did put $10 on the fact that they were going to win. So moment of silence for my $10 moment is over.
That game, like, well, once the Ravens lost, I like laid down and I was like, I might go to bed. But I was fine with.
Stop. Were you like I'm in full recovery mode right now?
I literally
Like,
got under the blanket on the couch and I was like, time for bed. But like, I was fine with both of those teams. I was like 60-40 for the Lions. Like I was rooting for the Lions, but I'm fine with both teams. It just like it hurts more that we beat the brakes off both those teams, and one of them's going to the Super Bowl. But I think McCaffrey deserves it. I think
Totally.
Jared Goff would have deserved it. I would have loved to see Goff get back and maybe miracle win and bring like a championship to Detroit. I think that would be insane and like rewrite his whole career. I think that's a really good team, you know, and who knows in the offseason they might do something where we'll be like, all we need is a quarterback now. Like, obviously, we're good enough to get there. It's like, they might write him off. But I think he earned himself a spot in Detroit. Like, they respect him. They said that the crime rate in Detroit is down when the Lions are winning.
Unbelievable! Look at this. They just need it. I mean, I feel like the crime rate's probably gonna go through the roof.
Yeah, now
last
it's probably
night.
yeah.
Everyone's
it's
like back to fucking breaking things. Yikes.
I mean,
Jason Kabinda deserved it too. Can't forget him.
Yeah, Kabinda's the boy, and I'm happy you guys have been kind of linking up with him a little bit. Like, he's from my county, so grew up near him. My boys played against him in high school, so he's a beast. But
did he dominate?
Yeah, he was a legend. Everyone knew he was going to the league. He was way bigger.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he was a savage. It's damn. He's the whole team. They were a good high school team, but you can't stop him. He was so big. Defense, offense, he could do it all.
Crazy.
So. But
other than the Ravens, I guess I know we talked about the Lions for literally 1 minute, but what other fans are you? Are you you're a Boston fan in some sports, right?
Well, before we get to the other ones, we'll finish. Let me just say.
No, you do your thing. Please take the reins.
I hope the Niners win. Are you guys rooting for the Niners or Chiefs?
I'm rooting for the Niners.
All day.
Yeah.
Although that dude from NFL Network. So I have to clear my throat because you made it clear that I have to clear my throat more often.
Yeah, I respect it.
Something Drager. He was on Part of My Take last week, and I guess he's guessed.
Oh, Peter Schrager. Yeah.
It's Peter Schrager. He said that he's guessed the Super Bowl champion correct every single year for the past 7 years.
Yeah.
By a certain point of the season, and he's been saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win forever. So that's the only reason that I don't think that the 49ers are going to win.
Okay, but it's so easy to say it. He's said the Chiefs how many times? You know what I mean? He can keep saying the Chiefs.
They've only won twice.
I mean, twice out of 7 is still a better chance than anybody else.
Emotionally, I want the Niners to win, but as soon as the Ravens lost, I put $20 on the Chiefs to win -1.5. I was like,
oh my god, you literally bet on the team that broke you guys.
Yeah, because they're unstoppable in the postseason. They've just been there, done that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're so level-headed about it. They shine in the brighter lights. They're just
I didn't
way
know
better.
that there was such a difference between postseason games and regular season games, the way that people act and react
and there shouldn't
things.
be,
it's
right?
crazy.
It should be it's stupid, but that's the way it is. This is serious. We gotta show up.
Right.
But,
it's insane. So will you be watching the Super Bowl then?
Jewel said we're not watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So what will you guys do instead?
We're definitely gonna watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I would like to see McCaffrey win, Kittle, all the boys on the Niners are. It's a dope squad. That's probably the coolest locker room to be a part of. Kyle Juszczyk used to be a Raven. He was a fullback there. That's a unit over there. They have such
Fred Warner,
a cool squad. I just think they're soft a little bit. Fred Warner's dope. Nick Bosa's dope. You got Chase Young, but I don't know. I think that they're going to get bullied again by I think the Chiefs are going to get in Brock Purdy's head. I think they're going to get in you can't have McCaffrey be Superman every game, and it's, you know what I mean? But obviously it was the Niners played such a good game against the Lions. They, came back from a huge deficit and
No, I
beat
can't
up on
even
them.
I'm literally upset about it.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe they scored 27 points in the second half.
Yeah, so that is some proof that Brock Purdy's not just a buster. He can get it done. The boys can go out there and kill when they need to. So,
but it's weird that they keep saying that with the 49ers that it keeps just happening by chance. But you want what was the last game that they played that they shouldn't have won that everyone keeps saying?
Against the Packers.
But it's the same thing. It was the same thing happening. They shouldn't have won that game, but they did. Maybe that's the same thing that's going to happen with the Chiefs.
Well, the thing is,
maybe they're just good.
They can't dig
in the second half or whatever.
They can't dig themselves in a hole like they did with the Chiefs. That's the thing. That's the difference between a good team and a great team. Yeah, a great team, if they get a 24-3 lead like the Lions had, or I forget what the Packers lead was, they won't let you back in. They just won't.
Right.
The Chiefs, they scored their all 17 points in the first half, and Ravens couldn't even come back. You know what I mean? They didn't score. I don't think did the Chiefs not score any points in the second half?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So they beat us strictly in the first half, and then the defense just held us. So if the Niners, that's why but that's the thing. Who knows? The Niners could show up, and and win. They got the West Coast, like they're in Vegas, so they'll probably have more fans at the game, but you never know.
Do you think having more fans at the game matters?
In some aspects, I mean, for a neutral site, maybe for the Super Bowl, but I still think like Mahomes' veteranness and like being there already and being like, winning two already will overshine. Like, oh, they got more fans than us. You know what I mean? I think that
Right.
he's just they're so like locked in. Andy Reid is a sick coach.
He is. The Super Bowl is just such a corporate event. Like,
well, that's why they really thought that the Ravens were going to be in the Super Bowl because of the coloring of the Super Bowl logo. Did you see that?
Jules showed it to me. Showed it to me like in the beginning of the year, maybe like week 4 or 5. That she saw that on TikTok, and I was like, imagine we bet that, like, even if we cashed out before the AFC Championship, we probably would have made like $500 or $1,000 by picking the matchup.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. Where it's basically, have you seen that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like the colors, whatever, but it was like red and then purple, red and yellow and purple. But
I think everybody talking about it and exposing that was the reason why the script changed and they had to get
Of course. Next year it's gonna be like a fucking neon pink or something like that, just to throw everybody off.
It's purple, like green and black. It almost kind of looks like some Mardi Gras colors.
Next year?
Yeah,
is it in New Orleans?
I saw the logo. You guys should look it up. Yeah, it's like purple, green, and like it's weird.
Maybe it's gonna be the Packers, the Jets with Aaron Rodgers versus the Ravens.
Yeah, maybe Ravens make it back against the Packers or
the Vikings.
Yeah, could be the Vikings. Like, who knows?
Do you have any Super Bowl bets that you always try to do during, like, before the game? Like, for example, I love betting the over on the national anthem. Like, that's my thing. Or like the first song at halftime.
I think it's Reba this year, right? Do you know who's singing it?
Yes, it's Reba.
I think I'm going to take the over with you, Nate. And my favorite, I like to just bet tails. Never fails. Even though I feel like I lost the last couple of years. But
I'm always heads.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
Like, Gatorade is hard. Every year we do a sheet, like a prop sheet. So, like, just all typical Super Bowl bets. And just
okay, like what? Like, name off a couple.
Like, the over, like, so, like, the national anthem. It's like, will there be, like, will there be a field goal in each quarter, yes or no, like a bunch of stuff like that. And then Gatorade colors, classic, final score. I'm trying to think, will like any players not the quarterback throw a touchdown? That's always a good one. Like ever since the Philly special, right? That's been like a crazy thing. But
who does the Gatorade coloring?
The trainers.
It's just like whatever they pick up, because it all depends on what the team likes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your team could be like, oh, we just like yellow. You know what I mean? Like, we drink blue Gatorade, and then they dump it. Half the time it's water anyways. It's not even a Gatorade
color. So that's how they get you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Gatorade color?
I think if I'm doing the sport, like if I'm playing, I think yellow is the best performance Gatorade.
There's a difference between colors?
Well, Nate doesn't like it, obviously. Let's see, what's your color?
I'm a big blue.
I like blue. I like
ice blue, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Glacier
Freeze.
Yeah.
I like to mix the yellow and the blue. That's the best.
That's probably a bias. I think the best tasting Gatorade is Fierce Grape. It's like a dark blue, purple one.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've never tried that.
My AM mango is good too.
Orange is my go-to.
Orange is a good one.
If I'm just gonna get one color, it's orange. 1,000. It tastes like Sunny D. Remember Sunny D?
So
it's
good.
Exactly
orange was so. Like. I loved the orange, and then I was always anti-red though. I feel like if you're playing a sport and you got like red lips, you're looking like a baby. Yeah, you can't do that.
Loser. Absolute buffoon.
That's
everyone's laughing at you. They're like, I'm not taking this guy serious.
No,
exactly.
Yeah, because not only that, like you also have it like up here, like it's just like it's dyeing your skin. The red one dyes skin, and like none of the other colors do.
That red 47 or whatever it is, that danger zone.
Fruit punch.
Danger zone.
What about you? Any Super Bowl predictions?
Me? I honestly think I do think that the Chiefs are going to win, but I want the 49ers to win. I think Chris McCaffrey, I think I'm going to bet him to get multiple touchdowns because I think he's been scoring nonstop since he's been a 49er. But I'm going to take the over in the national anthem. I'm going to take I don't know what I'm going to take for first song yet. I have to take a look at Usher's song list. Probably like yeah, or
Why are you saying it like that? Yeah.
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 That's a classic. He's definitely gonna play that. I wonder if he'll come out
100%.
to something smooth. He might come out to something
Confessions?
like, yeah. That's gonna be in there for sure. Let it burn.
These are good ones. I'm sure as if Taylor Swift is gonna show up or not. People are like fucking taking plane schedules out.
I heard she has like a concert or something, right?
In Tokyo.
In like Japan.
And
And
she
people
comes in.
literally are coming out with full spreadsheets on how she will do it. People have too much time on their hands. Like, how are you mathing that?
Dude, I can't even figure that out for like when we fly. Like we're going to Portugal next month. Like I can't even figure out the time difference on like when we're gonna land there. Like what are the times? Like,
Yeah, like,
I
people
can't
are
figure that out. Never mind.
insane.
Like figure out the time difference from here to freaking Tokyo. Like
It's
They
gonna be
have too much
something
time.
ridiculous where like she lands right after the game and like walks right onto the field and gives Travis a kiss or something. Like,
Right.
she made it just in time. Like I do think Travis Kelce Super Bowl MVP might be a great bet. I think he wins. I think that's in the script. Like
Yeah. Do you think
especially after
Lamar
this
is
last
gonna
week.
get it for the total
Season-
MVP,
season.
season MVP?
No, like just I think Lamar gets the season MVP, but I think the Super Bowl MVP will be Travis, especially after this last like yesterday. He had like 11 catches. Like if he can do that again and go for over 100 yards and a touchdown, he will win for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's nuts.
he's beasting. But so I'll answer your other question if you want. How I became a
Go
Red
for
Sox
I
fan.
would love to get into your other sports. I didn't know what other sports you were a fan of. I know you're a Red Sox man,
Yeah.
but are you a Celtics? Like how?
Yeah,
what's the
I'm a
Boston
Celtics guy,
correlation?
so hopefully we can finally win another chip again. It's been a while, but
the Pelicans
Celtics
tonight.
guy. What's that?
Playing the Pelicans tonight.
I know that's gonna be a good one. Maybe we'll jump on. I'll text you. We can throw some sweet action on it.
I already
Hell
did till
yeah.
the first half and game.
Yeah, I like the Celtics. I like the Devils because like you got to root for the one Jersey team, right?
Right.
And then I mean, like I'm almost a free agent for baseball with the way that they've been dishing out our players on the Red Sox. Like, there's almost nobody left that I like care about. Like we got Devers still, but like
It's not
I don't
They're
know.
doing it for the betterment of Liverpool. Honestly,
You think so with the
that's
owners
what they're
or
saying. Yeah, they're saying that they're not spending money for the Red Sox because they want to save money for Liverpool to get like Mbappe.
That's
But I
like
think, like,
insane.
But I don't even think like the players or like the coaching staff at Liverpool like even like the ownership, because Jurgen Klopp, the manager for Liverpool, said that he's leaving after this year. Like he
Yeah,
can't
he's
do
done.
it anymore.
Klopp
Yeah.
with the teeth. He's got the big fake teeth.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
my
the
least
veneers.
favorite Premier League coach.
Why?
But, bro, because that smile on, he's always bitter. He's a crybaby. After the games, he's such a crybaby. But
I love
I
it.
heard Arsenal's might lose their coach too, which could be a big shakeup. So it's like going
Yeah,
crazy.
Arteta.
But I just think the Sox are doing nothing. The Yankees are getting guys like they got our boy. Who did they get? What's his name?
Was it Juan Soto? Was that him?
Yeah, but they got the Red Sox player too, who's like, but like I guess there was
Verdugo.
beef. Yeah, Verdugo. Do you think there was beef behind the scenes anyways with him and coach or what?
Yeah, I think Verdugo. I heard that he like showed up late to a couple meetings.
Who's this, a
like-
Red Sox player?
Yeah, now a Yankees player.
Which is
I
crazy,
think-
right? Like you don't
Yeah.
always see those trades. Since like the last time it was like a legit trade like that was when they did Johnny Damon.
Or like Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. It's rare to see a
It is
straight up
rare.
Red Sox Yankee trade.
That is crazy,
It's
huh?
always so weird seeing one player like play for both teams too. Like we went to a game, like my first Yankees game. They were playing the Royals, and Andrew Benintendi was on the Yankees, and like it was
Yeah,
just,
that's
it was
weird.
It's just weird.
That I was sad to let him go. I just think it all fell apart once we let Mookie go. And like I said to Joel, like I might commit treason and pull up in a Yankee cap this year. Like
Easy nonsense.
because
Whoa!
look, so she's been a really good sport and kind of like jumped on this Ravens train with me. So I'm like, you know what? I barely
you're
care
willing to
about
give
baseball.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're willing to give it up. Yeah, and Jewel loves the Yankees. Like she's a diehard Yankee fan. Like so
It's
is her
funny,
family.
like
So
she's exactly the family is so into the Yankees. But I said yesterday, I was like, "Can you name a couple players?" And, got a little hair.
Don't do that to her. Don't
Can
do
you?
that to her.
Can you
Yeah.
name 3?
Aaron Judge.
Who else?
Him, himself, and him.
So,
How much better was baseball though when we were kids? Like 2004, 2003, like even like when the Yankees beat the Red Sox in 2003, like that time period, like Jeter, Clemens versus like A-Rod.
Yeah, I loved it then. Like,
Ramirez,
Gary
Ortiz.
Sheffield, Jorge Posada. And I played catcher. I always liked Jorge Posada. I was like,
Alfonso Siriano.
Yeah, times were more fun back then.
Baseball fell through the tubes. Baseball stinks now.
So you're all over. Who do you think's gonna win your next? Which of your favorite teams do you think will win the next championship?
Probably the Celtics, I think.
Yeah.
If they don't do it within the next 3 years, like, big flop on their part because they have such a good team and Tatum is legendary. So, like, what do you like? I don't know. Like, they have to win it. Like, it just feels like they need one. But I mean, they've been kind of falling short. So
I think there's like a comparison to be made between Tatum and Lamar Jackson. To be honest with you, I mean, two completely different sports. Like, obviously, like football is way more of a team sport. Basketball, like a single individual can take over, but I think they're both dudes that have come so close so many times, but haven't like made it like got over the hump.
Yeah,
I think that there's a true comparison to be like because they're both greats. It's just like whether or not they're going to be like considered like elite is whether like one of them wins a championship. But like Jason Tatum's still so young.
Yeah.
He's like
that's the thing. And I think about that too. Lamar is 1 year younger than me. It's like he's 27, so like, he's not old either.
Right?
Yeah.
You have so much time.
He is. You guys, what are you
he might be
about
20,
here?
Yeah, like
he has
he's
his
a
whole
young
life
buck.
ahead of him.
Yeah. So I mean, these guys got time, but it's just like how they say like that window of your prime sports is like so short. But someone texted me today and was like, "Don't worry, like Peyton Manning could never like beat Brady until he could." You know what I mean? Like he did get one way in there. So who knows? Maybe Lamar gets one on next year or later in his career, but I think Tatum gets one now, so I think he gets one soon.
I agree. I think both of them will win. I think honestly, we keep on jumping around, but I really think that like there's nothing to worry about from like a Ravens standpoint. Like when it comes to Lamar Jackson, I think that like he's the epitome of where like the game's trending. To be honest, like, and he gets like you said, he gets better every year, especially as a passer, and like his decision making. The fact that Lamar Jackson doesn't take hits. Even especially for the amount that he runs, is genius. He's just a genius in avoiding hits. He's a genius in getting out of trouble. It's just, like I said, it's just putting the right pieces around him. I think they're one or two pieces away, and get like the emotional factor. I think the whole team as a whole just needs to like settle into like big moments at times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like after experiences like yesterday, like and next time they're in that position, they know better than me. What the hell do I know? But experiences like that, same thing with the Celtics, like losing in the conference finals or losing in the finals, like when you get back to that point, you've already been there, and that experience, I think, holds a lot of weight.
Yeah, it's like, let's just get it done this time. And, well, so what do you think about the current Celtics roster? Because this isn't even like my favorite Celtics team within the past couple of years. Like, who do you think about like our current setup right now?
I honestly think it is my favorite in the last few years. To me, it's just a matter of because I wasn't a Marcus Smart guy.
Yeah, I thought Smart was cool. Like, yeah.
He's a clown. He's a
no.
He gets himself in trouble. He's like, yeah.
Dude, he would just heave it up, dude. He would just heave it up with like 12 seconds left on the shot clock with like two dudes in his face and like Jason Tatum's in the other corner like wide open. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So I was very happy to see him go. I think Drew Holiday is an improvement from him.
Whoa. Drew Holiday is a beast.
And Derek White's a legend. I just think the success for the Celtics comes down to, does Jaylen Brown lose his left hand again in the playoffs? Because he couldn't dribble with his left hand at all last year. But more importantly, can Porzingis stay healthy? Because I feel like every 2 weeks that man goes down.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the name is there, right? Porzingis is a legend, but like, does he got it still? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, can he do it?
How's Blake Griffin doing? Is he still on the team?
Not anymore, no. Big
Wait,
Blake.
when did they get rid of him?
His contract was up at the end of last year, and they never re-signed him. He's a free agent. He might join the squad.
They might throw him back on the squad once in a blue.
Wasn't he literally just on it? You just told me that he got on.
Last year.
It's already been a year?
Yeah, it's already been a year.
He already did his season?
They play so many games. It's just like, all right, new season back up. Like, yeah.
Wait, I'm literally sitting here thinking the whole time, I'm like, oh my God, Blake Griffin is just, I haven't heard anything. Maybe he's just like he's silent. He's a silent mover or whatever.
That's what I thought. It was like cool. Like, I was like, all right, we got like a vet on the team. Like, maybe we'll get Blake another, like a ring right here. Like, let's go. Like, no go. He didn't do anything. Like,
yeah, literally.
I think they'll make a move like that, or like add another, like try to add another vet to the roster, even if it's like a rotational guy that doesn't really play.
What if LeBron James comes on?
Never. I'd never want LeBron James to wear a Celtics jersey ever. With the things that he says about Boston, like
that would be crazy though.
Would you love that?
I don't know. Like, I'm like a LeBron hater, but I know we're living in an era of greatness. Like, if we lived in the era of Jordan, we'd be like, damn, Jordan is a bitch. Like, but we love him because we didn't have to deal with him winning in our face. Like, now we're like, oh, LeBron, it was so good. Everybody, like, but he really is the second greatest or the greatest. You know what I mean? Like,
right. He is. And I find myself, like, if ESPN has, like, a Lakers game on at, like, 10 o'clock, I find myself, like, wanting to stay up and watch it. Yeah. Just to actually see it, like, as long as it lasts.
Let's take it in, right? Like, yeah, let's enjoy this greatness. Like, because, like, I was hating so hard when he went to Miami. Like, and now it's like, oh, like, he's getting old. He's really just sticking it out so he can play with his kid. Like, this isn't even his best era, and he's still putting up, like, 30 points a game. So it's crazy. Like, he's so good. But if he was in a Celtics jersey, that would be wild. It would
nauseating.
Be like, yeah, it just would be nuts. Like, the world would explode. Like, that'd be crazy. But
no shot.
I'm curious to see if his son gets drafted to his team, to the Lakers or whatever. So
we'll see. He hasn't really been balling that much at USC. He averages like 6 a game.
Did you see the video the other day? Like, he was like coming into a tunnel, like smacked the top of it, but he hit his head on the tunnel too.
No way, because he's just so tall. No.
Like, it was so funny. I was like, damn. I showed Jules. She's like, oh my God, don't show me that. I was like, come on.
Do you feel like you have hops too, just like these guys?
I don't have hops. I have no hops. He has some good hops. He'll be good. He'll be all right.
You have incredible flex. Your hips are flexible.
How the hell do you know that?
He's always stretching.
Oh, I'm like, how the hell do you know if his hips are flexible?
You do a backflip?
I can jump and do a backflip, not that high, but I'll land on my feet, yeah.
Hell fucking yeah, as you should.
Can you still do it?
Yeah, I'll do it next time we hang out.
Nice.
Oh my God, that is how did you learn how to do that?
My friend Dale we all just kind of can do them. Like, a couple of us can do backflips. Like, it's weird.
We all can do it.
In the wrestling
you can't
room,
just say that we all can do them as if it's like
you
a
guys
normal
could do
thing.
backflips if you wanted to do it.
I literally could not.
You look, so like in the wrestling room, you just have a lot of free time. You're running around, you're doing like cartwheels to warm up, and like when we'd be like, we can just rip it back. I learned first by running up the wall and doing like a matrix backflip, like, you know what I mean, like run up the wall and flip off the wall, like.
Yeah.
And then I learned how to do it flat ground.
Yeah. That's normal. Yeah. That's normal.
That's fine.
So it's crazy.
I've never seen a wall and thought I should run up this thing.
Maybe I'll do a wall flip for you guys.
Yeah,
next
no,
time
literally, that would be literally insane. I'm crying right now thinking about it.
There was one kid, also a wrestler. I think he was like state champion in Massachusetts, but he went to my high school. He was on the football team too, and he was like the only kid that could like run up the wall and do a backflip. We call him Boom Boom.
Boom Boom.
Because he blew up his garage in high school.
By doing a backflip?
No, like honestly, I'd maybe make up a story if I remembered how he like exploded his garage, but his garage exploded, and thank God, like he didn't get hurt or his family didn't get hurt, but his garage exploded, so we called him Boom Boom.
Next time I pull up to Stuytown, I'll rip a Boom Boom flip up the wall.
100%, you should pull a fucking Boom Boom over.
Don't do it in Stuytown, because then like I feel like that's my fault. Like we have to do it in your terms, your place,
your turf.
You're saying like if I catch myself breaking a neck or something?
Yeah. Can't have that on us. Just a few more questions before we head out. Before we let you go, we appreciate you. First of all, thank you so much.
Absolutely, this is a blessing for letting me come on. I'm hyped.
What's your favorite sporting event that you've ever been to?
That's a good question. I think it was the U.S. Open this past year. Was sick.
I forgot that you guys went to that.
Yeah, that was awesome, and like just one-on-one sports it's so intense. And it's like, it could shift at any moment. Like, if you do one thing right, you can feel like you're back on top. Like, and it was so cool to see Coco Gauff the match before she won the U.S. Open. So, like, just to see her in the semis was sick. And then we saw Ben Shelton, like, break the speed record, I think, at the U.S. Open or tie it, but he hit it like 149 miles an hour. Like, it was insane. So it
That's
was like
amazing.
it was the fastest of the tournament, and we went for the semis. And it was cool to see, like, two American guys go against each other, Ben Shelton and Tommy Paul. And then, like, you know, the young up-and-coming legend, Coco Gauff, win the U.S. Open against Wozniacki, who was just coming back after, like, having, like, 4 years off from having kids and stuff. So it was just, like, a sick tournament. But to be in New York, feel the vibes. Like, you're in the stadium, but you're outdoors. You can hear the excitement from the neighboring stadium, like, oh, like, something crazy must have just happened. Yeah, so, and just the atmosphere there, like, it feels like you're at Disney. Like, there's a magic in the air when you're there. You're like, you know, you're walking past players, like, they're on their way to the practice court. There's, like, Aperol Spritz everywhere. Like, Polo Ralph Lauren is selling their stuff, and it's just like,
we need to go. That sounds amazing. Did you guys get the honey deuce or that drink?
The honey deuce, I loved it. It's an iconic drink. Like, it was sick. So Jewel thought it wasn't that tasty, but I thought it was elite. I
love honeydew melon, so it's like, that sounds right up my alley.
The best part too is, like, any seat in that stadium is a good seat, and, like, you hear it because, like, you know, when between, like, hits, they're silent. So, like, anything they're saying or like the coaches or people in the crowd, like, you can hear every word in the stadium. Like, it's crazy.
Were you and Jewel, like, whispering to each other? Like, how did you communicate?
Yeah.
No
like,
way, for real?
And then, like, you're like, oh, and then, like, you hear people next to you, like, you know, like any game, you're like, you'd be like, go Pats, and then someone over here is like, go Jets. Like, you're like, go Coco, and someone's like, no, go, like, this person.
Can you
you're
clap?
Like,
Can you clap?
Like,
or
after
you
the
have
hits,
to...
everyone's like, yeah. But then, like, in between, it's like back to silent.
Whoa.
Interesting.
What an atmosphere.
Interesting.
That was awesome.
I am a proponent of, like, I've never been to a tennis match, but I do believe that, like, going to a sporting event and, like, understanding a sporting event and, like, seeing how it rocks, like, that can influence so much, like, if you want to follow the sport or not in the future. You know what I mean? Yeah. I never liked hockey, and then I went to a Bruins game, like, in, like, 2008, I think, and, like, I fell in love. I was too old to try to learn and play and skate, but, like, I feel like it's similar with tennis.
Yeah, out of, like, the main live sports, I think hockey is, like, the best bang for your buck. I think that's the greatest live sport. You could have two trash teams and it could still be the most electric game, and just because you're there, the energy's crazy. But yeah, tennis was insane. I know that's not as, like, popular as, like, the mainstream sports, but
I love that. Like, what a great answer.
That was sick. Yeah, it was insane.
I want to watch that docu-series on Netflix. Whatever that is.
Yeah. Breakpoint. So good.
Breakpoint. Have you watched it?
Yeah, we watched the first season, and it just, you know, like, the bad boy of tennis, Nick Kyrgios.
I love him.
His episode's pretty good, and, like, it's very, you know, everyone's got a unique story, so it's cool to see their mental behind the scenes, because, like, on the court, you know, they all gotta be killers, but, like, they might just be like, yeah, like, I'm just the youngest brother of three, like, I'm a regular guy, and then, like, on the court, they're crazy.
That. Right.
And same with what was the golf one called?
Full Swing.
Full Swing was sick too. I'm happy they're doing that. Like, the quarterback show now too. Like,
they're doing one for the NBA too. Jason Tatum's going to be on it.
That's going to be sick. Yeah, I'm happy that they changed to this style of, like, Netflix current docu-series things. It's cool.
100%. I've always been a fan of it. Like, I remember back in the day, like, one of the first ones I watched was, like, they used to call it 24/7. It went behind the scenes, like, the two hockey teams that were playing in the, like, Winter Classic. Like,
that's the cool.
First. Yeah, it was like the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was like, why isn't this a thing for every sport? And then, like, obviously they were doing Hard Knocks already, but I got more into Hard Knocks. But, like, that behind the scenes shit is so fascinating for every sport. And they're so smart.
Like, I would say, like, when we watch Hard Knocks, I'm like, it's just free football. Like, let's just get more of it.
Yeah,
like, it's
literally.
so awesome. Are you guys going to the Winter Classic? Oh, what?
We went to the Winter Classic last year.
Yeah,
Are you going to run it back?
I don't think
They already had it. It was in Seattle this year.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
lacking.
definitely not.
I'm
Definitely
lacking.
not then.
That would be a
Yeah.
fun one to go to, though. That'd be cool.
Totally.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch was there.
Oh, yeah, Washington. That's legit. He's a legend.
Legend.
I think to close out the episode with the best guest, Tom Cakeboss,
Thanks.
would you like to say a couple words from your own, from mouth to mouth here to Lamar or the Ravens? Would you like to give them some words of wisdom?
Just want to say, take a break, go to Cancun or Cabo, but once springtime comes around for camp, let's just lock back in, because you might have fallen short, but can't give up. Got to keep it rolling.
Hell
I'm
yeah!
not disappointed.
What's
The flock's not disappointed. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. The flock is not disappointed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll be
thank you,
back.
Tom. Thank you so much for coming on, for sharing all your insight. You were phenomenal. First time guest, long time listener here.
Long time listener.
Probably
Yeah.
one of the most loyal listeners we have by
Yes.
far, so we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming on. You are welcome whenever you want. And thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate it so much. And let's close out the episode the only way we know how to. With a cheers.
Cheers.
But, we can't cheers the water again, so we have to cheers
Damn.
our
Should I go
fist
run
here.
and grab something?
Cheers with we'll cheers a high
Give
five.
it a little
Cheers.
pound.
A little
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dry January. Cheers. Close out.
Hell yes. To close out.
I heard you gave up
January.
on I heard you gave up on dry
Yo,
January.
can't be ousting me on the national media. Millions
Yeah,
of
put it
people.
down on the airwaves.
We'll cut it. We'll cut it.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
playing.
you,
Appreciate you,
Tom.
Tom.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.